Starting is the hardest thing you could possibly ever do. And you're here because you want to know how to start an art business, or you're interested in learning how the hell do these artists do it. I'm here to tell you. My name is Junior, and I've been a full-time artist for the past 5 years now. And over the years, I've done many things, like start an art business. And I'm here to tell you how I did it. If I've done it, then that means you can do it too. So I'm gonna give you the insight as to how I did it, so that you could probably follow the same footsteps and probably tweak it the way you may want to be successful in your own right. Now, you're probably working a full-time job and you probably don't want to be there. You're probably just thinking about being a full-time artist, or it's been a long-time dream of yours to be a full-time artist. First tip, don't quit your job. Not yet, we'll get there. There's a difference between being an artist and having an art business. Now, there's many artists out there, billions upon billions of artists, but they don't create an art business off of it. They have it as a hobby. Now, if that's what you want to do, then by all means, keep doing that. And that's great. That's not a bad option if you don't mind working your full-time job. Now, if you don't want to work a full-time job and you want to work for yourself, then you create an art business. Now, in order to create that art business, you have to develop a structure and habits. And the way that I did it was by building a habit to create every single day, even while I was working a full-time job. Throughout the week, I gave myself a goal to create at least 1 hour a day. Whether if I was on vacation, whether if I was sick, or whether the world was ending, I was going to create that day for at least 1 hour. I needed to develop a discipline to see if I was able to create every single day for the rest of my life if I wanted to be a full-time artist. Now, at first, this is gonna seem difficult, especially if you have a life and you have a social life and you're doing other things. But believe me, when you're a full-time artist, it gets even harder. But here's the thing, developing that discipline is gonna take you to places you never imagined. That 1 hour is gonna quickly convert to 1.5 hours, then 2 hours, then 3 hours, then 4 hours, then 5 hours. You're gonna create so much that you're not gonna have time for your full-time job. Now, that's something that happened to me. I was creating so much that I didn't have time for me, for my partner, or for my social life. So I had to leave something, and that something was leaving my full-time job. But before you leave your full-time job, make sure you have your finances in order, like gaining 6 to 9 months of a nest egg that you can fall back on if things are not working out, especially if you need cash or money in order to live. We all need money to live, and we all need money to eat and survive. So make sure you have some type of money so that you can supplement that for the income that you no longer have coming in. In order to start the art business, you have to be strategic. You have to develop some type of a plan that's gonna gain you momentum. A momentum that I'm talking about is creating something that sells. We all need some type of a product to show the world what we sell, what we create, and what we do. One thing that I did was create house portraits, but you can do other things like create portraits of people, create portraits of pets, create flowers, create something generic that someone can catch onto and say, oh, this is awesome, I can have that, or, oh, that's cool, I can gift that to someone. That's something that sells, especially if you're not selling them for crazy amounts. You can sell them for under 100 or under 200. People can definitely stand behind that and buy that. Now, I know you may not want to create house portraits or pet portraits. I don't think anyone wants to create pet portraits. But what you're building is traction, you're building momentum, and you're building an audience. You're building support for people to stand behind you and say, wow, this person is talented, and it spreads your name out there. That is extremely important in the beginning. You want your name to go out there, and you want people to see your talent. And that is what you're doing. You're being strategic in showing the world what you can do and how you do it. Once you build that support and once you build that audience, people are gonna stand behind you. And the more you do that, the more you start to create the things that you want to create, whether that's abstract art, whether that's modern, contemporary, whatever it is that you want to do, you now show them your capabilities. You now show them your creativity. You show them the things that you want. Instead of just doing commissions as you were in the beginning, now you're creating things that you want to create, things that make you happy, things that fill your creative soul. And that is the main important thing about being an artist, is making sure that you have passion projects that keep feeding you, because that's what's going to keep your momentum going on forever. Now let's talk about marketing. Marketing is something that people don't want to talk about, something that artists really hate. Now, if it was up to me, I will hire somebody to do my marketing, but unfortunately, I can't afford that right now. so I do it myself. And I developed some habits to make it easier on myself. I created a video on it, so if you want to see it, make sure you go and click that link above. Okay, now hear me out. You have to post your work. Whatever it is that you're creating, whether that's sketches, whether that's commissions, whether that's passion projects, build a habit to post your work either daily, or 2 times a week, 3 times a week. Whatever it is that you create, you have to be consistent in posting your work, because that is the main important way that people are gonna see who you are, and the only way that you're gonna get some type of support and traction. You have to keep that momentum. Remember, that's momentum that's gonna keep you going and going, is showing people that you're very serious about this by pushing your work out there. And not only you're pushing your work out there just for other people to see, you're also building your portfolio. When people go to your social media accounts and they start to see what you've created, they don't only see the top, they go all the way down to see what you created at first and how you built your way up to where you're at now. So don't be afraid to show your work, because it's important. Art is subjective. So whatever it is that you're creating, the world needs to see it, especially if you want to build an art business. Okay, so now you're at a point where you want to make your business legit. You're at a point where you're gaining traction, you're building your audience, you're making sales, and things are starting to look really, really good for you. And you're starting to get that feeling whether or not you have to make this legit or not. This is your time. This is it. You're making it legit, and this is really cool. Now you're building structure, and now you're trying to figure out how you can build a foundation to build something from scratch. Now, I'm not sure about your state or country's laws, but the way I did it was by going to the state website and opening up my sole proprietor. That's how I started, and then I moved my way to an LLC. The difference is that a sole proprietor, the business is all on you as one member, and the LLC is an actual business and an entity, so that if anyone does come after you, they don't come after you as a person, they come after the business, and the business and me are separated. There's 2 different ones. And because I was growing, I knew that I needed to separate myself from the business and make it its own entity. That's really the difference. But I'm not here to tell you how you should do it. You should go look it up yourself and see what's best option for you. Now let's talk about business development. You're at a point where you open up your business, you gain traction, and you're legit. You're now at this foundation where you can start marketing yourself to the big dogs and pushing yourself out there. Business development means different things to many people, but an approach that I took was networking, going to art events, and meetups. I was also going to galleries and introducing myself. I was just telling them that I was an artist in the area, and I was hoping to make a connection with them to see if they were possibly interested in showcasing my art and possibly selling it here. I became relentless in showing myself and my work. You shouldn't be afraid to do that as well, especially if you want to thrive in this art business. You have to be okay with talking about your artwork and presenting yourself as much as possible, because that's what's gonna stand you out. A lot of artists don't like to talk about their work, and a lot of artists like to be shy and timid. Don't be shy. I know it's a really personality trait, but try to push yourself out there, because that's the only way you're gonna grow in this game. And as you know, art is subjective. Don't be afraid to talk about your art, regardless of what you're doing. People love stories. People love to see that people want to grow, develop, and evolve as an art business, especially as someone who came from nothing to something and built something from the bottom. That is incredible. People want to see that. They love to see those stories. People buy into that story. And sometimes people may not generally love your art, but they love what you're doing and they love what you're creating, and they are going to support that regardless if they buy something or not. You now left an imprint on their mind that when someone else wants artwork, your name is going to come up and they're going to say, I know the artist that can help you out. Business development has a lot of faces. Don't be afraid to reach out to other people by knocking on doors, by sending emails, or showcasing yourself in other ways. Make sure that you push yourself out there and make sure that you're trying to get these projects, because that's a good way to develop your art business and to grow it. Something that's very beneficial in the art world is art and grant opportunities. There are thousands upon thousands of grant opportunities out there for us to apply to. Don't be afraid to apply to these grants. There's a lot of money out there for us to thrive as artists, especially from people that want to see us succeed. Once you become legit and have your art business thriving and successful with all your documents and all your paperwork, you're now able to apply to these art grants and receive funding to create new bodies of work, to do other big projects that you always dreamed of. Now you're at the point where you can apply to these. Now you may not get the first one, that's okay. You may not get the second one, or the third one, or the fourth one, or the fifth one, maybe the 10th one, but keep trying. I promise you, keep trying, because they're out there and you can win one. I actually built this art studio with the help of an art grant, so it's not too bad. Just to give you a percentage on the grants that I've applied to over the years and how much I've won, I think I've applied to over 100 grants and only won 5. So yeah, and the total amount to all of them were over $50,000. So can you imagine not getting $50,000 because you didn't want to apply? Now I know it takes time and I know it's a lot of effort, but why not? It's free money. Why not put in the effort for $10,000 or $20,000 or even $30,000? They're out there, believe me. You have to just apply. Don't be afraid. You'll get better as you go. And if you want to watch a video as to tips as to how you can apply to art grants and how you can learn from them, make sure you go ahead and click that link above. This is a topic that kind of bothers me because I see some artists complaining about it, whether that's them being stagnant, whether they're not growing, and whether they're just not making any money to survive off their artwork, and they have to figure out part-time jobs to make some type of money. And I think the reason why is because they're doing the same exact thing over and over and over again. I think that's the definition of insanity to me. If you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, you're just not gonna get anywhere. I'm not telling you to change it completely. I'm telling you to do something different. Something that is different from what you've always done, because we are artists and we are creative. We should evolve and we should grow. If you look at the greats like Michelangelo, Picasso, Da Vinci, they all started as something, then they finished. Michelangelo started as a painter, then he became a sculptor. Same thing with Picasso, same thing with Da Vinci. They were all inventors and creators. All they did was continuously create and continuously evolve as artists. And that's what you continuously should do. Don't stay stuck in a bubble thinking that that's gonna work. This specific thing is gonna work. You have to just evolve and keep trying to figure it out, because if you don't, you're gonna stay stuck. And if people are not buying your work, it's not because your work sucks, it's because it's just something that the market doesn't want right now. Try to take that work and develop something different. Do something different with that. Whether that's create a painting with it, create a sculpture with it, create a mural with it, take it to a 3D lab and create something with it. I don't know. That's up to you to figure out, but it takes work and you have to continuously evolve. Okay, so starting an art business may seem hard and difficult, but if you take it one step at a time, it's not that hard and it's not that difficult. It's just gonna take some work. And now that's up to you whether you wanna label that as hard or easy. You just gotta do the work to do it. And that's it. I've been fortunate to stay a full-time artist even when things got difficult. And you can do it too. The hardest part is starting. That is the hardest thing to do, is starting. Once you start, the momentum will carry you to wherever it is that you want to go. I've been successful in the game because I have evolved, I've been structured, and I've built disciplines to keep me in the track that I want to go. Now I'm constantly evolving and I'm constantly growing. I'm still trying to figure it out. You may think I have it all set, but I really don't. This is all a game, and this is all just trying to figure it out as I go. And you can do it too. All it takes is a little bit of discipline and some work, and I promise you get there. And if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you let me know what's working for you, what's not. I would love to talk about it. And if you want to watch more videos like this, make sure you hit that notification bell. Catch you in the next one. Peace.